What's up, everybody? Jaquel Wimbush here on the Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness podcast. On today's episode, we will be talking to Stevie of Stevie's Oracle Readings. He will give you a breakdown of what he does, what he offers, and how he helps the people. Let's get into it. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. George Bernard Shaw.
Daddy, it's time to start your podcast.
Today's episode of Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness podcast is brought to you in part by Ladybug Natural Solutions. Our wellness program aims to offer you all the necessary information that will help you improve your lifestyle and therefore the quality of your life and well-being. Ladybug Natural Solutions is offering our listeners a free 30-minute health revelation consultation. To receive your free 30-minute consultation, head on over to www.ladybugnaturalsolutions.com. Sign up for our monthly newsletter and schedule your wellness appointment today. Today's episode, I have a friend, a comrade, a business associate, a helper, a guider, a healer, a motivational speaker. My man Stevie of Stevie's Oracle Readings is in the building today, y'all. You know what I mean? Me and Steve went a long way. We have a long journey together. We went from working at the service desk at American Express in New York City together, dealing with the rat race, dealing with, corporate structure. And Stevie was one of the first people to get me out of the corporate structure to, hone in on my skills as a health and wellness professional and to get me out there and to see the light and to get on my grind as an entrepreneur. He is a spiritual life coach and motivational speaker. He is an active energy reader who uses divination tools to help his clients reach their highest potential. Many times folks want to elevate their options. If you're in need of direction for your future, whether you're reconsidering your career choices, your love life, in need of guided meditation or in need of some healing, this beautiful soul is here to guide you. So ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce Stevie of Stevie's Oracle Readings. Yeah, bring him on in. What's up, guys? I'm here with my man, Steve. Steven Cord is on the line. How you doing today, Steve?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Everything is wonderful. Good to hear. Me and Steve been knowing each other for a decade now. We had a little joke. We had a little bloopers joke before, and we had to, we had to start all over. But we're here now. And me and Steve, we started out together at American Express. And now we're here a decade later, and now Steve has some things going on. I want to talk to him about what he got. So what's up, Steve? What you got going on these days? Talk to the people.
Well, thanks again for having me. I appreciate it. And I want to say that I love what you're doing. Keep it up. I'm so proud of you. And, I see great things ahead of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You definitely helped me out in the start with getting my logo, helping me out with the branding and getting me on point with my thinking and, getting me more secure in what I'm doing. So I appreciate your help and along the way, because you're still here for me and, we're both still a work in progress and you're helping me get to the place I need to be. So I definitely appreciate you and your help.
Yes. So that's kind of what I do. Mm-hmm. So I am someone who is a spiritual life coach. So what is a spiritual life coach? A life coach is someone who comes in and they help you they guide you in the right direction for your life, right? They find out where you're at, where you want to be, and they help get you on track.
Absolutely.
What I do is I incorporate an element of spirituality, which is I help the individual become whole within themselves. So what does that entail? That entails me helping them to release the trauma that they have. So a lot of times I feel that we as humans, we carry these stories that we have as children. This could be from our family, it could be a bad relationship, get fired from a job. We carry these stories, and those stories traumatize us. So it stops us from going to our highest potential in life. And my job as a spiritual life coach is not to necessarily get you from point A to point B, because that's easy. What my job is to do is to help you release all the baggage, so that way when you go to point B, you can live in that present moment instead of getting to point B and then still carrying the baggage with you. So that way when you get to point B, it's like the story changes, but the cast is still the same.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what I try to do. I try to help you eliminate that trauma and that excess doubt, and just getting you to a place where you believe in yourself and you have the empowerment and the encouragement, the motivation and inspiration from me to get you to that next level.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you've definitely helped me with that along the way, because I remember I was scared to get in front of a microphone, scared to get in front of a camera and things like that. Steve said, Jaquel, do it. Just do it. And then after a while, with his coaching, I got on track, and here I am now doing a podcast, doing videos. I'm looking to still do my YouTube thing, but podcasting, I'm enjoying this and I'm loving this with connecting with people. So thank you again. As always. What are some things, or some of the difficulties with people releasing that stress? Like, if you could get into that.
So I think some of the difficulties of people releasing the stress is that people stand in their own way. I help you bring out what you have in your unconscious mind. So a lot of times we suppress stuff, and I just help you bring that out. So a lot of times people are resistant to hear the truth. A lot of times people, because we live in a society where people say, "Oh, I want the truth. I want you to tell me like it is," but then when you give it to them like it is, they can't handle it.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth, right? It's way ahead of its time.
Yep.
And it makes sense, because people will stand in their way. And I tell them that, look, you have to make a choice. You can either keep doing what you're doing, or you can make the choice to have the next steps and the next steps. But every action starts with that first step.
And
so I guess the the challenge is, or the stress is, having people not know their power, not know that they can choose the direction of their lives based on the action that they take by their emotions.
Yeah. So with me being a health coach and you being a life coach, I know we both take on some resistance from our clients.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you get into a client that has resistance on trying to get past the blockages and things like that, what are some of the tips and tricks that you try to use to get them to come out their comfort zone?
Well, that's a great question. What I do, my approach is different. I pretty much give it to you like it is. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be a tyrant or anything and kind of, impose my beliefs on anybody. But at the same time, my approach is to just tell you, because sometimes you need that person that tells you. We may look in the mirror, but we don't see the imperfections. But I want to tell you those imperfections so that way you can change it.
Yep. And that's what people come to you for. They come for you for accountability. Yeah. So, and you hold them accountable. You held me accountable.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So I think my methods are a little different. But it has helped me because I help you face the truth, whether you want to or not. Because if you come to me and you're paying me to help you, I'm going to make sure I'm giving you every single dollar that you give to me.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense? Like, I'm going to make sure you get your money's worth.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful thing. People don't know that Steve is a serial entrepreneur. Steve has some businesses, man. And I've dealt with one of his businesses as a Pilates instructor. And I
Yeah.
thought Pilates was easy until I sat down with Steve one day. We did some Pilates. Oh man, it killed me. So
Yeah.
are you still into the Pilates, or are you still doing that right now?
So right now it's up in the air.
Mhm.
I do have a passion for it, but I'm in a place where I'm trying to find work-life balance.
Okay.
I just don't want to be putting myself in so many things and don't have time for myself because self-care is very important for me.
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
So what I'm doing right now is I live my life in the present, so I'm just leaving it open. Um, does my heart still beat for it? Absolutely. And I feel the beauty about having so many different businesses is that I'm able to try different things and I'm able to step out of my comfort zone. So
Absolutely.
that kind of ties into the last question too. That's how I get people to come out their comfort zone because I get them to see the truth and be able to face the truth so that way they can try new things and know themselves in those new things. So maybe it may be something that they like. And I tell them, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. So I try to practice, preach what I practice.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The other thing that Steve is into, he's also doing tarot card readings. You're still into that too, right? That's something
Yeah.
that you're still doing. Yeah.
So that is actually a part of the spiritual life coaching
Hmm.
because it's easy for me to say, yeah, I'm a life coach. Which I do have that element where people just call me and sometimes they just want to talk, because sometimes I need someone to talk to.
Hmm.
And my strength is one of my strengths is that I'm a great listener and I'm non-judgmental. So people need someone that they can talk to who's not going to judge them. And I
Absolutely.
have that element. But I also have the tarot, which I use as a tool. Now, Hollywood makes the tarot to be this horrible thing, and you're going to get the death card, and dun, 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 you're going to die. And, I use it as a tool for encouragement,
Hmm.
and I help people with their direction to point B using the tarot.
And that's opening up blockages too. Well, or clearing blockages as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that's how I help you to see what you have buried below that you need to face.
Nice, nice,
So
nice.
that's why I call myself a spiritual life coach because I help you return to you before you can go on the voyage for your life.
Nice, 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 nice. All right, so when people are on these voyages, um, they could be on a voyage like you were on a voyage. So, on your voyage, what made you change from corporate Steve to serial entrepreneur Steve? Because we both worked in the corporate realm together, and we both sat down and talked about getting into our own businesses and becoming entrepreneurs. But what are one of those things that got you out of that box to say, you know what, I'm done with the corporate lifestyle and I just want to get into this entrepreneur thing and really do what I want to do and how I want to do it?
Well, just what you said, us talking about it, I've always lived my life where I like to live in the present and just, take a risk. I'm
Hmm.
a big risk taker, and I think that's what's helped me to be able to transition into the next thing that I'm interested in. Being a risk taker for me, that's that free spirit, and it can't be controlled. Like I need to go out there and meet the people, and I can't do that just sitting at a desk. Now, there are some days where I have to sit here and I'm doing readings, and that's fine. I'm at a desk, but I mean, as far as like me and routine, doing paperwork and stuff like that. Um, I also am taking a job now just to help with income. And plus, it helps me with teaching. I teach at a middle school. So, that's something that gives me a chance to just not be in a routine every day. Like, every single day is something different. And I kind of like living my life like that. And I felt living in corporate, if I didn't take that chance, I was never going to do it. And talk about the comfort zone, I stayed there for 11 years knowing that I had to go out there and take that leap of faith because if I didn't, then I would never know. And I never want to live my life with regret.
Beautiful, beautiful. And with teaching with middle school, what grade are you teaching?
So I teach fourth grade and sixth grade.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So with teaching the kids, do you feel like your life coaching impacts the kids in any way on a day to day basis, especially
Um,
in today's
I'm sorry.
climate.
What was?
No, I'm saying in today's world.
I think it gives me something, and I get something from it. So
Mm,
I'm able to go out there and mentor the kids. I'm able to help them as a adult, and I I'm not someone who berates them with authority. Like I try to talk to them about their actions because these are young individuals growing up, and a lot of times they think okay on impulses. So I just try to use an element of the life coaching just to um, well, one, I never just like to get into my life coaching. I always like to have permission. So
hmm
I give them a little bit of it where it's like, okay, think about your actions. Was it okay to throw that ball? And what did you feel you was going to get from that? You know what I mean? So I help them get to the root of why they did that
Nice.
from a behavioral aspect. So I do use some of it in there, but excuse me, it also helps me to um, get something from it in return because I'm able to use the skills, which is patience. I'm able to, be in touch with, um, what do you call it? I'm in touch with pop culture through the
hmm
kids. So I'm able to bring that element to my spiritual life coaching so I can relate to clients who come to me and I'm able to, talk to them about certain things. And I love that intellectual conversation with people. So that it helps me out.
Great, 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 great. So do you do kids like life coaching or any type of coaching for kids if they were interested, like if parents were interested with coaching for their kids, do you do anything like that?
So it's kind of a gray line because what I do, being a life coach, um, I am someone sort of like um, I'm sort of like in the realm of therapy, but I don't diagnose people and I don't have the certification to be a licensed psychologist.
hmm
But I can talk to kids. Um, However, I try not to go down that avenue. Like, I don't know, maybe one day I will. It could be something to explore. But right now, I like to focus on 18 and above just for legal matters, and stuff like that. Because certain things you hear from kids, you have to report it. And
Gotcha.
I just can't have certain things on my conscience. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely,
especially in the
absolutely,
climate now where kids are being snatched from their parents, I can't have that on my conscience. So
absolutely.
I think teaching them in the school is like as far as it gets.
Good, good, good. All right, I can imagine, how that can
Hmm.
be, uh, done and looked at. So, yeah, so that's a good thing. So, you know, you're in the school, so you're a direct reflection of what you do anyway, and you pass that down through conversation. So that's a beautiful thing. So
Absolutely.
what's up next for you? What else you got in store for the folks?
So I think this year I am going to focus more on group sessions, getting more
Mm,
seminars. I want to help the trauma of the people of Atlanta, and not just Atlanta. I want to maybe venture out and travel and do some other state um, events. And just my mission right now is to help people find their way because there are so many people who are lost and they want to find the next thing that they want to do with their lives. And, especially with the scorpion season that just passed where people were changing. It's like something had to die for something new to be born. And I think a lot of people, even if it's just like a small little change in your life, a lot of people have been affected and a lot of people are feeling lost. So my job right now is to help people find their passion and find out who and return to who they are.
nice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So even with that being said, that you want to start doing group sessions, I think that's something that me and you can get involved with. I could do the holistic health side, and then you could do the trauma side. So that'd be
Yeah,
that could be a beautiful thing right there. So let's talk about
I would
that
love it.
and try to schedule something out there for the people. And how can people get in contact with you, Steve?
So people could get in contact with me through my social media, which is Stevie's Oracle Readings. Or if you would like to send me an email, it's steviesoraclereadings@gmail.com.
All right, great. Thank you very, very much, Steve, for
Thank
coming on the show.
you
I
for having me.
appreciate it. Blessed
I'm so
conversation, a
proud of
great
you. Keep it up.
conversation. Thank you very, very much. We're going to have you back on because you know what? I want to do a tarot reading with Steve on the show. And then,
Okay.
just to show the people how it's done and what they can look forward to with your services. So, Steve,
That would be
again, I
great.
thank you very, very much for coming on. I appreciate you, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, have a great one, sir. Talk to you soon.
You too.
Yes, guys, that was my man, Steve of Stevie's Oracle Readings, a great friend, a great person, a great soul, a beautiful soul. So if you would like to get in contact with Stevie, you can reach him at Stevie's Oracle Readings at gmail.com. That's Stevie's, Stevies, Oracle, ORACLE, readings at gmail.com. I will definitely have those his information in the show notes. So stay tuned for that. I want to thank you guys for listening to today's episode with Stevie of Stevie Oracle's Readings. Go on over to the website, www.ladybugnaturalsolutions.com, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you guys can share the podcast or tell a friend about it, that will be greatly appreciated. Until next week, enjoy, be well, and make a lifestyle change that lasts. Have a great one, everybody.